All right. I just wanted to make a super quick video going over some of the stuff that we had discussed, and just try to get on the same page, mostly to help give me a little bit more clarity on the direction that we're moving in, and I guess to set a foundation for moving forward with the project. I'm just going to run through and start building some of this stuff out. But if you all have any suggestions and critiques or concerns, any of that stuff, just let me know. I'm going to go over some of well, all of the stuff that's in this list here, but if it's not particularly relevant to you or to figuring out the project or stuff you want to listen about, just send me questions about this stuff. You don't have to go through the whole video. I just wanted to, um, you know, get this out because I'm a little bit more visual, especially when describing stuff, and it's a little bit harder to do just through Slack or over a quick call. So that being said, if you want to take a look at that, I'll put this list in the Slack. I'll just drop a text file or just make a list. But if you want to just take a look, pause it, and yeah. Anyway, it's essentially the same stuff that's on here. So let me just bring this up. We can start going through it. So I'm going to open up the project. And I'm going to remove this logo here, or replace it with something else. And I can't hear my desktop for some reason, so I'll just stop that. But yeah, the scroll up, I'm going to get rid of that. Just have it fade in and then move to these locations. I'll probably have it happen relatively quickly. Um, and if you have any suggestions for other music, I think the music that I found is pretty cool. I like it, but if you want to change it to something else, just let me know and we can definitely swap that out. Um, the loading page, I just essentially dropped this this image in there, but we can use anything. It's just a PNG file. Um, you could probably see here that the textures aren't all that great. When the load times are like 3.5, 4 minutes, I had to really decimate the medallion to get it to even, load up without having error messages. But I'll probably bump the resolution back up since all of the assets are essentially streaming from my server. Um, and then I need to add, um, the UI prompts. I think Blair was the only one that got to see the ones that I had made. They didn't look that great, and they were 3D as opposed to 2D, so they were, taking up a lot of space and adding to the build time. But I'll go through and um, make some new ones and drop those in. Um, And then I want to make it so that the music stops. Like right now, the music just plays throughout the entire experience. I'll have that stop when the videos play and then resume when the video is paused or the UI screen is exited. Let's go into the actual page. And I was thinking that, the glass is fading almost completely away here, but I really want to, I don't know, it looks super cool with the glass still there, almost like it's frozen in time. I want to try to experiment with that. Give me your suggestions about that. And you can see that the textures here look different. These are still part of the build in the project. So and they're much larger. And honestly, I don't think they look quite as good, but I'll go through and see if I can't. Well, I know I can because I did it with the with the regular medallion. I'll go ahead and stream those assets into to cut down on the build time and you know set them up so that they look a little bit nicer and get some bump maps in there so it can look nice and shiny. So, all right, let's. I want to add the annotations not only to for prompts but also on mouse over, and I want to get some sound effects in here so that when you're interacting it you can kind of gives you a little bit of audio feedback. right, so this comes in. I wanted to make a note of this because I know that this has been a concern. I know that the project doesn't really look that great, especially this is on a 2560 by 1080p display, and I, I try to do the best I could in making the stuff look great and be functional. Like this is the layout, kind of like a phone horizontally. Um, and I want to make sure that the buttons are still accessible and things like that. But I'll go through and make sure all these buttons look nice and clean because right now they do kind of look like shit. But I know we can definitely clean those up. Um, but there are limitations to how great they can be presented here. I'll try to give an example of that and use an adaptive display. Uh, Try to use a phone that's closest to mine. This is essentially how it would look on the phone, and I know the buttons kind of present and they don't really look that great. But if you're holding the phone, you want to be able to actually press and go through the buttons. So it doesn't look that great, especially when it's on a PC. It's on your monitor, but this isn't necessarily. It functions more like an application than it does a web page. I'll try to recreate this, the experience so it's a little bit more like CSS, but that may be a limitation of it being built with WebGL. I'll do my best to try to fix that, but we'll see. Um, and you can kind of see here too, you know, how the layout would be if it's on the phone. Um, it's not perfect. It's really not great, but we'll try to work that out as we get to it. Okay, so moving through the project, I know I need to add the header that's right here and add these buttons. I'll try to get these buttons to look a lot more aligned with these. I think this aesthetically looks great, uh, but and I still need to add. It's going to look a little bit different um, just from the way it presents because the aspect ratios, but I still need to make sure that this looks a little bit more appropriate. But I mean, really, the biggest concern that I see, or that I have with this, is just getting all of the assets together so I can start building this thing out. Um, getting the testimonials. Now I can add the little stuff here and the links and keep going through and making that great. But um, getting the like the stuff in here to fill out and the images that basically just the design assets is what I need to finish up the project, and I'll go through and do my best to get those myself. But that's really if I can get help in any area to be just trying to get that stuff so I can finish this thing up. The templates are here. Um, we have essentially all of the mechanics that we need to function and navigate through this build, and it's loading fast. So the only thing we need to do now is the kind of the busy work and get the stuff filled in. So we should definitely do that. Um, and I'll go through and I use low resolution images, but I'll go through and get, all, you know, 4K, high resolution images to make this look really, really clean. And I tried to go through and I'm making a running list now, but I really need just, all the testimonials. And I'm not a journalist or I don't have any experience, I don't have a lot of experience with, um, design from a professional standpoint. So I don't know what should go in here. And from what I saw, I can't really find a lot to kind of make it look reasonable. I don't know. I'll keep looking. But for now, I'm just going to go through and get like I'll make the buttons and I'll set them up so that they're clickable. But, if we can get all the links in one place, all the testimonials, all the pictures, all the videos, all of that stuff in one place, that'd be great so I can start, going through and programming the stuff. Um, So yeah, I think that that is about it. Backdrop of the video player, high resolution images. I still need to stream a few more assets. I want to make the scrolling for the screen smooth because, when you click through, it's nice and smooth, but um, when you're going through here, it's like you're on a regular web page. So I'll fix that and make it a smooth scroll. Um, and I'll set up the templates for the new pages so that when we click through all of these, it'll open up different pages. And then once we have the assets together, um, we can go through and build that out and just, dump the assets on the server, and I'll link them up so that they show up when you select the pages. Um, yeah, so the only thing I think that the team needs to focus on, or I need to focus on, but I would really like a lot of help with because I don't really know what I'm doing, is just figuring out what assets we want for the page. And I actually just saw Blair, you sent me a message about the pictures. Yeah, I definitely need that stuff. So, all right, I will talk to you all in the next meeting. Take care.